The Iran-Iraq War, from 1980 to 1988, was marked by numerous battles and intense dogfights in the skies. Throughout the war, Khark Island represented a vital target due to its role in sustaining Iran's economy amid the conflict. No target in history has been bombed as heavily as this small island during the 8-year war in the skies over the Persian Gulf. In 1985 and during the Iran-Iraq War, most of the attacks on Iranian ships and tankers were carried out by Iraqi Mirage F1 fighter jets. Iraqi television broadcast footage of Saddam Hussein promising Mercedes-Benz car as a reward to any pilot who succeeded in downing an F-14. Iranian pilots, aware of this, realized that in a potential attack on ships, they could lure the Iraqi fighters toward themselves. During one of their patrols, the Iranian pilots of a Tomcat F-14 detected 3 Mirage F1 fighter jets. These jets, which had taken off from the Syria air base in Iraq and had recently refueled, intended to attack a ship with one of them, while the others served as top cover. When the F-14 appeared on their radar, the Mirages shifted their mission from attacking the ship and turned toward the Iranian fighter exactly as the Iranians had hoped. Seeing that the F-14 was alone and could be an easy target for the promised Mercedes-Benz, the Mirages advanced toward it. Pilot Ibrahimi informed Lieutenant Jarrah, the backseat officer, that the fighters had turned toward them and that they were now the target. He ordered the Phoenix missiles to remain deactivated. Due to sanctions, Iranian pilots were only authorized to use the expensive Phoenix missiles in critical situations, such as when Khark Island was under threat. The pilot's plan was to lure the fighters closer and engage them at a lower cost. The aerial engagement began when the first missile was launched by an Iraqi Mirage, prompting the F-14 to break away. The dogfight took place near the Strait of Hormuz, with the Mirages now about 800 miles away from their home bases. Despite the high maneuverability of the F-14, the Iranian pilot made no attempt to shoot down the Iraqi Mirages, encouraging them to stay in the fight out of greed. The top cover fighters launched Matra 530 and Matra 550 missiles 3 times, but each time, the Iranian F-14 evaded them by breaking away. At one point, the Iraqi pilots realized they were running low on fuel and quickly turned back toward Iraq. The Iranian F-14 maintained radar lock on the fighters, forcing the Mirages to retreat at full speed. The Iranian pilots' goal wasn't to shoot down the Mirages, but rather to deplete their fuel and neutralize them without firing a shot. A few minutes later, an emergency distress call from one of the Iraqi pilots was heard due to fuel shortage. One of the aircraft ejected near Kuwait before reaching Iraq. The second jet ejected 5 minutes later. The third fighter barely managed to reach Iraqi airspace but showed no signs of making it back to base. In effect, the Iranian F-14 pilots managed to take down 3 Iraqi Mirage fighters without expending any missiles. The very next day, the promised Mercedes cars were removed from the bases.